StockPulse Newsroom, talking Rockhaven Resources today. Rockhaven trades RK, the Toronto Venture Exchange. They report their 21 Rusk zone drill results, their Klaza Gold Silver project up there in the Yukon. Here, run through the details of that news. Give us a little look into what's coming up here in 22. I've got CEO Matt Turner. Matt, appreciate you taking the time here. Certainly coming off a pretty nice 21 here, so I want you to get into it here and lay out the highlights here of this latest news release.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good season. We drilled actually one of our biggest campaigns yet to date, 14,000 meters, 72 holes. It was kind of looking at, well, I guess we had really four objectives, because again, for this project, a lot of people have to be reminded where we're actually at. So we've completed now about 125,000 meters of drilling to date on Klaza. So it's an advanced project. We've got a number of resources. The most recent one was published in 2018. We did a PEA based on that resource in 2020, and showed really robust economics. And that was using $1,450 gold and $17 silver. We were up at about 378 million post-tax NPV, 37% IRR. So really good economic numbers. So really our four objectives this year were: number one, add to resources; number two, start converting as much of the remaining inferred ounces into indicated, so a higher confidence of the resource. Also looking at the resource in general, looking at where there might be some waste blocks within the resources and converting those. And then the fourth objective really is looking out at some of these distal targets that lay outside of the resource area and evaluate those. So that was the premise of the Rusk news release that was put out last week. Going into this new discovery that we made in 2020, and going out and really seeing what potential it had. So we stepped out effectively 300 meters along strike in total, with 9 holes that tested that zone, and got some really nice results, especially considering it's early days in that target. So still a lot to figure out, still a lot to see potentially how big it could be, because again, like I like to remind people, up at the resource area, our zones extend for over 1.5 kilometers. And at Rusk now, this new discovery, we're only at 300 meters, and it's wide open for expansion. So it's still pretty early days for Rusk, but again, I think it shows that there's a lot of potential outside of the main resources at this project to, add more meat to the bone, right, so to speak.
Yeah, let's get into the game plan here. You laid out a lot of activities here, a lot of drilling here. What's on tap here for the company in 22?
Yeah, so our hope this year is to do another really big drill program, somewhere in the range of, we're still working that out right now, but we'll know right away here, but somewhere between around 15 and 20,000 meters. So that's going to be focused on converting as much as the remaining inferred, again, the higher priority inferred, what's still remaining in that category, into the indicated category, and take the whole thing to PFS. So again, you're talking about de-risking a project. When you get it up into that stage, you're moving along a long ways, right? So, and again, I like to remind people, right now in Canadian dollars, we're about a $20 million market cap. So it's again, there's a lot of unrealized value with this story, especially considering the assets that we have and where we're going to be taking this in the short term.
What's the Treasury looking like here? How much fuel's in the tank to complete the mission? Good for a bit, or you got to go to the market?
Treasury is okay. Again, yeah, we're going to have to add to it. So we're at about 1.3 million Canadian right now. So in order to do that, 15 to 20,000 meter drill program, we're going to be having to raise some money. The good thing is that our project, it's road accessible. It's right near Whitehorse, so it's actually, for all in costs, it's some of the lowest out there in Northern Canada. So again, the amount we're going to raise we're still determining that right now, but for Northern Canadian projects, it's for on a per meter basis, it's relatively low, if not the lowest across the jurisdiction.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Appreciate that update. We'll look forward to checking back in as you have some more news. That's Matt Turner. He's the CEO of Rockhaven Resources, RK Toronto Venture Exchange. Matt, again, appreciate you taking the time, and we'll look forward to checking back in when you hit the wire again.
Take care.